Alright, hello everybody, my name is SuperSonic. I am a classic Sonic speedrunner, and tonight we're going to be going through not one, not two, but three Sonic games in one run. We're going to kick it off with Sonic 1 first, and then we're going to move on to Sonic 2, and then Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Even though there is technically two games in there, but Sonic 3 and Knuckles is one gigantic game. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'm just going to go ahead and reset real quick, and then we'll get it started. All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, hope you like Green Hill, by the way. So Green Hill Act 1, very iconic level. We've probably seen it like a million times in other like compilations and such, or even like, you know, generations and whatnot. So for Sonic 1, he doesn't really go very fast in this game. So we have to utilize our rolls sometimes. So our main form of movement is just holding right to win and then rolling down slopes when needed. So yeah, that's the end of Act 1. So normally we would time this with RTA minus TB, which is like real time attack minus time bonuses. But in this case, we're just going to be utilizing the RTA for this one only. So normally when that happens, like the timer will pause like whenever the score countdown's going, because it takes like about 6 seconds or so for the 50,000 point bonus to go. And then you get like 10,000 points, 5,000, 4,000, so on and so forth. Oh, whoops, I jumped a little early on that. So I've always had like, I don't know what it is with Green Hill 2, but I always struggle with this level anytime like I'm doing the marathon run. But a little bit of a hiccup there, but no big deal. We still managed to get past it without dying, so that's usually like the best part though. And yeah, since we had like speed shoes for a little bit there, the jingle would kind of stick around for that. Alright, Green Hill Act 3. We're gonna try to go for the top route in this one. It is a little difficult to get, but if we don't get it, then that's fine. We'll take the bottom route. Grab these speed shoes. We're gonna head up here. So we're gonna try to get these bounces on the item boxes and the enemies. This might be fine. And then land on top of Robotnik right as he's spawning. So we should be able to get like 7 hits here and then get one more on the platform. And yeah, that's Green Hill altogether. That was actually really solid. I'm really glad I got that one, because that's usually really tough to pull off, especially with different visual cues that you gotta look for. So now we're going from really fast to really slow. We're going to be heading into Marble Zone. So for Marble 1, we're just going to play it normally. There is actually a skip you can do in this level, but it is really finicky. And a lot of skips in Sonic 1 are either like frame perfect, pixel perfect, or sometimes both. So we're only going to be doing a few glitches in Sonic 1. We will see it once we get to the next act here. But for Act 1, we're just going to go ahead and hopefully catch the cycle. Heading into... Oh, oops, we may not get the cycle, actually. Okay, maybe we might. Let's see. Maybe that little bit of a bonk may be a bit of trouble. Oh, okay, yeah. I ran into that little ceiling there, so we just have to do the backup strat. The backup usually costs about 6 in-game seconds, which isn't too long, but we are going to be missing this cycle over here. If we manage to get past that, then that green platform would have spawned like earlier. So no big deal. I mean, Marble Zone is usually like that anyway, in general. Finish it in 1 minute flat rather than like 53 or 54. Alright, so Marble Act 2, we are going to be utilizing the level wrap here. I'm going to stand on the edge of this platform. We have to be like pretty much on the edge. Sometimes it's kind of tough to do here. Let's see, I gotta line up. Ah, we didn't get the jump. We'll try it again. It's no biggie. So you're supposed to like tap right and then jump on the next frame immediately. Where's my jump? Sonic doesn't want to jump right now. Otherwise, if we play this level normally, it's gonna take like a minute or so just to get through. Okay, this might be good this time. There we go. That's what it should have looked like. And then we should get the glitch signpost, which we did. Alright, so just wait through the score countdown to go. And then we're gonna head over to Act 3. Yeah, third time's a charm pretty much. Only have 2 lives left, so I really gotta make this count here. Okay, there we go, we got that. So there is actually that platform to the left that has a potential to crush you. So luckily that didn't happen. Okay, I'm just gonna take a little safe here, because I don't have any rings. There we go, very good. Yeah, we'll take a 30-second level there. Alright, so that's Marble out of the way. Kind of 2 unfortunate deaths there, but it's okay. We'll manage with this. So coming up, it's Spring Yard Zone. So this first level's usually pretty quick, but we are going to go ahead and grab an extra life. Because lives are pretty scarce to get in this game, even though you can get extra lives by getting 100 rings. Or if you see like one-up monitors like that one. Should get a big jump here. Gonna follow this top route here. Ah, didn't quite get through the gap. That's okay. We'll just land on this and then go through. Okay, I kind of noticed we got 30 seconds on the timer there, so we're gonna get a 10,000 point bonus, which is a lot quicker than a 50,000 point bonus. So usually it would be beneficial in, you know, for RTA strats in general. So I guess it's like, it's kind of weird, like going slower is faster for some instances. Alright, Spring Yard Act 2. Gotta watch out for Randy and Orton, because they can pretty much hit you out of nowhere. We're gonna come down on this slope here, so we're gonna see Randy and Orton. They're gonna be like these blue roly-poly looking guys. But there's Randy and there's Orton. Gotta watch out for they don't hit me. Oh, we might get hit by Randy. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Oh, there's Randy. He was trying to chase after me there. Okay, we did not get RKO'd, so we are fine. Alright, so Spring Yard Act 3, we're just gonna go a little bit to the left and then go back to the right, so that way we don't get hit by the spike ball. Because even if we hit the ring monitor, the rings won't go into play until a second after. So if we did it the normal way, then we will get hit by the spike ball before the rings go into our ring counter. Okay, so we're gonna go on to this triangular ice cream, triangular sandwich, not ice cream. The ice cream sandwiches are in Scrap Brain. Yeah. So let's see if we can go through here. Okay, we got the swoosh. So you're just going into the tunnel there to grab the speed shoes and the invincibility. Okay, so now we're just gonna head over to the boss fight. We're pretty much coping with this level. Ah, he spawned a little higher on that one. That's okay. Should still be able to get him here. Let's do a roll in the jump, so that'll give us a little bit more jump height. Alright, there we go. And that's Spring Yard. Okay, so we're pretty much halfway through Sonic 1 right now. And we're heading over to a Labyrinth Zone, so we're just gonna be stuck in water for a bit. I will warn you, you will hear the drowning music, so if you don't like the drowning music, yeah, just be prepared. We're gonna be hearing that. But that's not gonna happen until like Act 3, so. Alright, so for Act 1, so there's like a really long path that the game usually wants you to go through, but if you click this button and then get on this platform and then go back up here, we're gonna get a small platform, which is a lot faster, and it saves you like 2 minutes of having to go through the water level. Let's get a big jump. I'm just gonna roll here so we can hit the robots. Alright, and that's it. That's lab 1. Not too shabby. Usually I average like around 46 or 47 this level. Alright, Labyrinth Act 2. There is a skip that I can go for, which will save about like 20 seconds. So we'll see if we can get that. Okay, we're also going to catch an early cycle here, just to avoid that spinning ball and chain. Get up this way. Oh, there we go. Nice, we got underneath that platform. Alright, so we're going to grab this checkpoint and then go here. Alright, there we go. Got the skip. Very good. And a 29. That's actually pretty fast. So, but on the flip side, we're going to get a 50,000 point bonus. Totally fine. And I'm glad I got that skip, because that saves like a good chunk of time there. Now, Lab 3. Lab 3 is dumb. There is a bubbleless strat you can do here, and also there is like a level wrap, but again, pixel perfect, frame perfect shenanigans. And I'm not really practiced on glitch very much with this game. I'm more practiced on glitchless. But there are like some glitches that I know, which we did see earlier in Marble Zone. Actually gonna see if I can get bubbleless here. It would be pretty nice. If not, then we'll just have to bail on it. No big deal. This section especially, you gotta like let go of the bars as quickly as possible. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens. Uh-oh, nope. I tried to go back down, but I got stuck on the step there. That was unfortunate. Yeah, bubbleless is a really like hard strat, and you barely have any sort of leeway to get through. But you know, I had to try to go for it because you know why not? I'm not gonna do it again though. Let's just grab the bubble now. Because like what happened was I tried to go for a jump on one of the steps there, but it didn't quite read my input. And then when I tried to go back down, Sonic just remained on the ledge and he wouldn't want to walk down off. So kind of unfortunate with that. But that's okay, no problem. We'll just grab the bubble this time. Because usually this bubble dude lets you take his time. Any second now. There we go. So yeah, we would just have to kind of traverse through here, and then this section right here is where the tough part happens because the tide is going. So sometimes the tide could be a little high, and even though you get out of the water, it pretty much tells you like on that frame that, oh no, you didn't get out of the water, you're still like in there, so end up drowning even though it looks like you got out. Alright, so now we've got this climbing section. We're gonna try to go for the boss skip here. Ah, got poked by the trident. Okay, I have no rings and I'm down to 2 lives, so I gotta be a little careful here. Alright, there we go. That's fine. Made it out of Labyrinth. We'll take it. So now we have Starlight coming up, which is pretty much the calm before the storm. First couple levels are fairly quick. And then Act 3, we have to deal with a really annoying boss fight. And let me see if I can get this here. Oh, I didn't get enough speed on that. Yeah, this trick is a little weird. So you have to like clip inside the ground using the steps. And Sonic has to be like in the tippy toe state there. Yeah. Roll with it. And if I managed to get the zip properly, then we would have been at the end of the level, but that's fine. I do get to hear some cool tunes for a bit. Get some rolling here. Alright, there. Not bad. I thought Labyrinth with the storm. The storm will be Scrap Brain. Mostly Scrap Brain 2, but Scrap Brain 1 and 3 aren't too bad. Well, I guess Starlight 3 is more of the storm, because the boss fight is pretty terrible. Good jump off of that. Almost made it on that ledge. Thought I would be able to make it underneath there, but I guess that guy was just a pixel lower. Okay, so we're just gonna head down here. Just get these jumps. Should be at the end here. 29 seconds, not too shabby. Alright, so we got Starlight 3 coming up. I'm going to try to go for a jump in the beginning to land on the seesaw a little quicker. But if I don't get that, then that's okay. We'll just go through the top route. But if I can get this jump, it's like 2 frame perfect jumps. Like in succession. See if we can get this here. Oh, there we go. Okay, we actually got it. So now we're going to take this lower route here. Okay, grab the invincibility. So we're going to take this invincibility to the boss fight. Oops. So what I'm doing there is I'm basically jumping as soon as I land on the seesaw, so I can get a little more jump height. And I get the button. 45 is not too bad actually for this level. I have to play the GBA version of Sonic 1. Oh dear. That one's a video game. Alright, Scrap Brain, here we go. The last zone of Sonic 1. Gonna hit this, then we got the ice cream sandwiches here. They're on, they spin every second, and then we're on a cycle to catch this platform, which I did, and I didn't anticipate it at first. I thought I missed it, but... Okay, let's see if we can... Ah, I just missed that jump. Okay. I didn't want to clip down here. Oh dear. This could be a problem. I don't remember. I haven't gone this way in like so many years. Oh, this is not cool. Oh god. Yeah, I might as well take the death there. It's like, I don't remember that route. It's like literally it's been so long because we never take that route. We always take the top route for this one. So yeah, Sonic 1 just decides to kick my butt today. That's pretty much like setting the tone for like Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Alright, let's see if we can get this jump here though. Okay, at least I got that one. That jump is pretty tough to do. Let's get up here. I'm gonna take this a little safe because I'm on my last life now. Alright. There we go. Okay. I could probably go for the extra life in Act 2. Or we could just risk it for the biscuit. Let's see what happens here. Alright, Scrap Brain 2. There we see Jurgen in the background. Say hello to Jurgen. He's totally not staring into anybody's souls at all. Okay, take that damage boost into the flame. See if we can get like a good roll here. Okay, we did get a good roll, so we might be on a good cycle here. As long as nothing else messes me up here. Okay, roll this way. Okay, so now we gotta get a bounce jump. There. Ooh, barely got past that buzzsaw. Okay, those swinging ball and chains, they are on a global cycle. So, and they'll always be swinging in the same direction. Yeah, that was actually a pretty decent Scrap Brain too. So now we're gonna have a bit of a, I guess, a cutscene here. So we're gonna see Robotnik on the other side of this thing here. So we're just gonna moon him. And then we're gonna get sent over to Labyrinth 4, aka Scrap Brain 3. So We got another water level. This is also pretty long, but if you take this route in particular, you can finish in like 20-ish seconds. Just gotta watch out for those fireballs there. There's gonna be a swinging ball and chain here. And try to get a big bounce off this robot. And there we go. Okay, so for final zone, we're gonna be holding right all the way. This is to do a RNG manipulation. So the pistons are as follows. The top are 1 and 3, the bottom is 2 and 4. So the order of this is 4, 3, 2, 4, 2, 1, 4, 3. So when I hit Robotnik, as long as I'm letting go of all of my inputs, he will stay in those particular pistons all the time. But if you end up hitting him and pushing something else afterwards, then the RNG will change and the entire fight's gonna go awry pretty much. So we just want to make sure that we don't have any inputs while we're hitting him. So he's gonna stay in those pistons. So once the RNG changes, like he'll just appear randomly. We wouldn't know where exactly he's gonna be at. Alright, we got 2 more hits to go. Alright, final hits coming up here. There we go. Alright. So that is going to end Sonic 1. And then Decapitation. Alright. That concludes Sonic 1. I'm just going to do a quick power cycle. Because we are actually on a compilation cart. So we're going to switch over to Sonic 2 next. So this is the Sonic Classics compilation cart. So it has Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Mean Bean Machine. Alright, so now for Sonic 2, we have the Spin Dash, and we have Tails with us as well. Tails is going to be useful for a couple of things. Mostly he's usually a nuisance, but we gotta have him around. Also, I might be turning in my speedrunner card to Shadow because I messed up Emerald Hill one. I'm just gonna do this then. My favorite level and boss from each of the OG Sonic games. So Sonic 1, favorite zone is Scrap Brain. I don't have a favorite boss. Sonic 2 is... I want to say Mystic Cave, probably. I guess that's the thing. I don't really have any favorite bosses, but I guess favorite levels. Yeah, Mystic Cave for Sonic 2. Then Sonic 3 is Ice Cap, and Sonic and Knuckles is a toss-up between Lava Reef and Death Egg. Alright, so I got Robotnik. We're just going to utilize the roll, then take damage while Tails gets 2 hits there. There we go. Do the balance on the capsule there. No spinball in this one. Also, I don't really like spinball as a speedrun very much, to be honest. Alright, Chemical Plant. I mean, this was kind of close to being one of my favorite zones as well, but I do like the aesthetic of Mystic Cave. Alright, there we go. Get some speed off the slopes there, and then go up into that door, because it is faster. But yeah, pretty much the same thing, like RTA minus TB. Something Argic socks. Yeah, exactly. Oh man. Yeah, Sonic 2 is actually the first game I ever owned on the Genesis. Alright, so for Act 2, right? This is where we need Tails for this. He's gonna be following us and he's gonna be lagging behind a little bit, so the game is treating Tails as the one opening this door, so we're getting the path swapper there. So that saves a good chunk of time. We skipped like most of the level as well. Okay, now we're heading into the fight. If Tails ends up hitting Robotnik, then the iframes would go to him and I would fall straight through. So, gotta make sure Tails doesn't get any hits at all. God, that was so close to the 39, but we'll take a 40. Yeah, I had quite the time with Sonic Spinball, like especially for speedrunning it. I usually speedrun because of the Sonic 8, which is like a compilation run of Sonic 1, 2, 3 and Knuckles, 3D Blast, Spinball, CD, and Mania. And that's like a 4-hour speedrun going through all 8 of those games. Oh, whoops. Go up here. Classic Knuckles trilogy. You know, that could definitely be possible. I mean, there is a ROM hack of Knuckles in Sonic 1. So technically Knuckles trilogy is possible to do that, but even though like you know, Knuckles never appeared in Sonic 1. Alright, so Aquatic Ruin Act 2. Gonna be underwater for a bit. Gonna see if we can get the coin flip here. Not quite. That's like a 50-50. I wasn't really expecting to hear the drowning music there, but everything is fine. That's probably like the last time we'll be in water as well. Alright, so now this boss fight. We're gonna just stay on the totem pole. And while the iframes are active, like, Robotnik can't hit me with his hammer. Pretty nifty. I think the hammer hitbox actually activates when it actually slams onto the totem pole. But aside from that, you know, it doesn't really deal any damage. It just throws arrows out. Alright, Casino Night. I'm actually not a big fan of Casino Night at all, but it's a cool looking level and all. But for a speedrun, not so much. There is actually a level wrap you can do this one, but it has like a 33% chance of succeeding. Because like the other like pieces of 33% is like one will either soft lock and the other will die. So it does save like a few seconds, but it is pretty risky to go for. So Casino Night Act 2, we're gonna try to go for some flipper clips if we can. We'll have to do some pause buffering while keeping our vertical momentum to clip through the first one, and then the second one we're gonna try to bounce off one of those hot dogs that we see. Or chili dogs, I guess. So I'm gonna do that with this. Jump up here. I'm gonna take this route here. Alright, let's see if we can get this first flipper clip. Alright, there we go. That's the first one. So we did some pause buffering there to maintain our vertical momentum to clip through. So we did an object phase there. So the object phase is basically when the object is not loaded, like the hitbox of it, and Sonic can just go right through it before it completely loads up. Alright, so now we got this Robotnik fight. Now we're just gonna keep bouncing. That's good. Alright, so now on this capsule, we're gonna be looking up so we can despawn the animals a little faster. I'll just get the score countdown out there quickly. Now we're heading into Hilltop. Oh, Tails fell down. It's okay, he'll be back. Gonna utilize that to get a spin dash into the tunnel here. See if we can get this spin dash jump. Nope, not quite. I jumped way too early. So by doing that jump on that tiny slope, you can actually make it up here instead. Didn't quite get that. Flip through the lava there with our iframes. Oh, got this clip in here. That's pretty cool. Now just utilize the damage boost to get through there. Kind of funny how they have a checkpoint there, like right at the end of the level, but the only reason why is there is because of the special stages. So if you were to play special stages, you have to get 50 rings and then go grab the checkpoint. Okay, let's see if we can catch this cycle here. This cycle is a little tricky to get. Here. Okay, now we gotta go for a spin dash. Ah, barely missed it. That's okay. We'll just get the half cycle. Or just miss the cycle completely. That works too. Alright, let's go ahead and roll down here. Ah, try to go for a mini zip. That only saves about a couple seconds, but it does pretty much bypass having to go up and over. Alright, Tails. Okay. I had to make sure he didn't get the hit there. Crying baby. Yeah, some people hear a crying baby for that that melody, or they hear the saxophone. Alright, Mystic Cave. This is actually my favorite zone. I do like this one. I like the aesthetic look of it. The darking purple and then the green colors. Just gonna roll here. Since we have invincibility, we can just get on the spikes and then go right through that little gap there. I just gotta watch out not to get crushed by this asparagus. Just have to do a spin dash off of it. And there we go, that's Act 1. Yeah, if I could just put Tails in a Pokeball and then just like let him out when I need him, that would be useful actually. Alright, so Act 2. Gonna go right through here. Take the spring to take this route over here. See if we can get this jump. This one's a little... Didn't quite get it. You have to do like a 4-tap spin dash there. And then jump like right where that corner is on that slope. And you can get like a pretty good height as well as speed. So you can just avoid the crumbling bridge. And Tails just drops in out of nowhere. Let him do my bidding for me a little bit. There we go. And yeah, even though the drills were coming down, like I had the iframes active, so I was pretty much safe to use a spin dash inside the hitbox. Alright, so that's Mystic Cave. Now we are heading into Oil Ocean. So the first act of Oil Ocean, we're just going to be taking the bottom route. So we're going to head into the oil here. So the kill plane for the oil is the third wave. In the Origins version of Sonic 2, or I guess the mobile version, the kill plane's on the last wave. So have a tiny bit of leeway to get through there. But the only thing about the Origins and the mobile version, you cannot spin dash into oil, but you can in the Genesis version. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I just pretty much went through the entire bottom route there. There's the end of the level. Act 2, on the other hand, so there's actually two strats you can do in Act 2. There's like the top route and the bottom route for the level, or the top route has a level wrap, the bottom route has got like pretty crazy stuff that happens. Well, let's see which one we can get here. I'm gonna try to go for the bottom route if I can. Let's see. Okay, I do have the pseudo SuperSonic glitch here. Just gonna navigate through here. Okay, so we're at the end of the level here, but now we just get to the boss fight. And we get the 1 cycle kill. Very good. So yeah, what happened there, since we had the pseudo supersonic glitch, we utilized it to spin dash off screen and then jump up, so that way we don't catch the kill plane. And it'll just take us to the boss fight. That is a really tough strat to do. But, oh, okay, I need Tails to follow me here. Alright, this is a Metropolis Zone. We're actually going to be doing this here. So this is an infinitely vertical level. I think that... I got the jump too late. So I'm trying to get slope glitch off that piston. So I'm actually utilizing Tails' tails for a visual cue. And that'll just pretty much give me a sign of to when to get this right here. There you go, that's better. So I'm just gonna go back a little bit, and then we're just gonna roll through here. And we're back at the beginning, but since we have slope glitch now, we can do a level wrap. This is actually the slower variant. There's actually a faster variant than this, in which you have to get the level wrap from... There's like a slope, like a curved slope, and you clip inside the ground, and then right as you're moving left to zip, you have to jump at a specific frame in order to get the level wrap to work. Now we got Act 2 here. We're going to take damage on this lava, and then we're going to use the platform to clip through. Go inside this wall here, and then get the level wrap in this one. So yeah, we barely see any in Metropolis. And same thing goes for Act 3. Now Act 3, this was actually a strat that was found about close to a year ago by JoeyBaby69, one of the top runners of the classic Sonic games. He found this strat here. If I can do it, let's see. We need to have Tails cooperate with us. This is like the last thing that we need Tails for. So we utilize the platform as it's dropping down, and once we jump up, after looking up, then we set up slope glitch, and this will actually have us positioned above Robotnik here. And we just fight him from above. Makes it a lot easier to fight this guy, because if you fight him on the ground, it's pain. Yeah, there we go. That's the boss fight done. Only the Flash can do that, huh? Also, you can die in the score countdown, and it'll take you back to the beginning of the level. So you can either just eliminate those balloons, and then you'll be fine afterwards. But anyways, we have Sky Chase here. This is like a 2-minute and 6-second auto scroller, or 2 minutes and 5 seconds if you get like a really good spin dash at the very end. So this is like the perfect opportunity to hydrate and whatnot. We'll just chill up here in the corner for like another 30 seconds. Oh yeah, how's everybody doing? How's everyone enjoying the Sonic Adventure Marathon? Also a huge thank you to the Sacer crew for having me on board. Oh gosh. Static Sky Chase. So much pain. Alright, now we can move a little bit. But yeah, like, I enjoy running the classic Sonic games. My favorite game is actually Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which we will be seeing right after this game, after a few levels. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is really broken, and there are some pretty crazy strats that can happen in that one. You do nothing, but if you're trying to do damageless in Sky Chase, that's a different story. I always end up getting hit in Sky Chase because I've been doing damageless attempts for Sadix, And I'm always getting hit in Sky Chase. Also, this is Marge Kong, by the way. So the face of King Kong with the hair of Marge Simpson, thus it is Marge Kong. One of my mods pointed that out to me, and now I can never unsee it. And we even have the emote. I saw a couple people post it in chat. Only partial awake. Yeah, it's only like about to hit 8 o'clock over here out on the West Coast. Night is still young. Alright, so we are just about finished with Sky Chase here, so now we're into Wing Fortress. Alright, so we're actually gonna kill the chicken here. This is just to pretty much utilize the... Oh, okay, we're fine. I almost fell. Ah, I didn't quite get the platform up there. Yeah, I needed to be a little quicker on that. That's okay. So I wanted to stand on that platform to set up slope glitch. And we will be able to get across like the other section where they have like the flipping platforms. There we go. This should be able to land on the platform this time. I'm gonna wait a little bit. There we go. So yeah, this slope glitch right here, this only works in the Classics compilation cart. This does not work in the original. So I am actually playing on the second revision of Sonic 2. Alright, just gonna do this here, clip inside the... Get a little further to the right here, let's see. Not sure if I'm gonna get the spin dash set. Oh, yeah, we did. This is a quick kill. Alright, and then we look up. So yeah, since we had slope glitch, Sonic just becomes this, whatever it is, all like a broken mess. But yeah, that's like the really quick way to beat that boss. So now we got Death Egg coming up, and there are 2 boss fights with no rings. So I am going to try to attempt 12-0 in the Death Egg robot fight, which is actually really tough to do, but we'll do our best. But for the SuperSonic fight, we just got to make sure that we don't soft lock or hard lock, because there's like a frame if you hit him, it could potentially soft lock or hard lock. Alright, here we go. One, two, three, 4. And I'm gonna delay the hits a little bit here, so we don't get that soft lock or hard lock frame. Okay, let's see if we can get 12-0. Alright, that's 12-0. Let's go. Okay, that is it for Sonic 2. Now we got one more to go. Oops. Yanked out my earbud. Alright, off to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which is my favorite of the 3. Oh god, Sonic 4 is quite the video game. It's like GG. Oh wait, there's more. Alright, Angel Island. So now with this Sonic, we have the Insta Shield, in which I thought was a pretty useless move, but it turns out it is actually very useful, especially in the speedrun. So the Insta Shield, it has 2 properties. 1, it expands your hitbox, and 2, it can actually protect you from damage for a few frames. So we will be utilizing that for some of the boss fights, but we also have the elemental shields as well. So we have the fire shield currently, which allows us to do an air dash, and then the bubble shield will allow us to bounce as well as breathe on the water. And then the lightning shield will allow us to do a double jump, and then it'll attract rings towards us. And another thing about the fire shield, it protects us from fire, so. Yeah, there we go. Right. That's Act 1. This looks good. This looks good. Oh, got fire shield and shadow. Oh man. That is correct, but it there are some instances where like you see like the lightning bolt or something. Sometimes that can hit you, and I don't know why it doesn't really count towards like protected damage for the lightning shield, but it's kind of a weird instance when that happens. Alright, now we get the lightning. Speaking of lightning shield, here we go. Okay, so Marble Garden has a really annoying boss fight that we gotta do. If we end up messing up the boss fight, I do have a backup file that we can use in case that were to happen, but I'll do my best to like not get soft locked or anything like that. Or anywhere else for that matter. Run through Lethal Highway and destroy everything. Destroying things are fun. Alright, so yeah, we just gotta wait for this little cutscene here. We're gonna try to get a cutscene skip here. Gonna be counting some trees in just a moment. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Okay, we should be fine. Oh, didn't quite get the capsule right away. Okay, so if we did this correctly, the screen should unlock. There we go. And then we don't have to see Knuckles for the bridge collapse. Alright, Hydrocity... Hydrocity... I don't know. Splishy, Splashy, Fun Time Zone, whatever you want to call this level. Yeah, we're just gonna go the water route here for a little bit. Through here, it's gonna do a little bit of a slope jump, get a swag run right there. Gonna try to like get a jump off that spin dash. That's okay. There we go, that's better. Alright, now we're gonna fight the washing machine or the kiddie pool. Got one hit in there. 2. 4. Take damage, it's fine. There we go, got him. Zony, yeah. Yeah, so many different like names you can come up with for Hydro. I just call it Hydro. Sonic makes you get a power up double jump, but you can spin dash. Alright, get a quick dead there. That is intentional because we are unloading Act 1 from Act 2, so we can do this level up here. Which I did not get, so we'll go for the backup instead. Yeah, you can get a level up there. If I did the level up without taking the intentional death there, then I would get a soft lock, and that is not good. So we'll just do the backup strat. It'll just cost about 30 seconds. It's no problem. Okay, so we're just gonna go through here. I'm gonna clip inside the ground. And then there we go. Okay, got the level up, so we're pretty much at the boss fight right now. We're just waiting for the camera to catch up. Go. And on the tippy toe, because like the propeller hitbox is like right in the center of Eggman's hitbox, so we don't get sliced on it. I have done all Emerald's run before. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at the special stages very much. So there's like a really cool tech for the special stage strats. Alright, Marble Garden. This is the one zone I'm actually worried about. Let's see what we can do here with this. Tried to go for a level wrap setup there, but unfortunately we grabbed one ring too many, which is like the visual cue I was looking for. But we'll do the backup strat. Like the main thing I'm really worried about in this level is the boss fight, because the boss fight can be really dumb. If you're going to be fighting him inside a wall... Oh, so what's going on here? There we go. Yeah, you're going to be fighting him inside a wall, and if you end up getting hit or you jump, then you'll actually soft lock. So there's a lot of soft lock opportunities that can happen in this game, which may seem pretty intimidating to run at first, but honestly, like, I still enjoy running this game. Like, this is by far like my favorite of the trilogy, and it's a lot of fun, like, once you like learn the strats and everything like that. Alright, so we're gonna do another screen wrap here, which is the vertical wrap. So whenever we have infinitely vertical levels like this, we can just kind of traverse through them. Alright, now we got the boss fight coming up. Let's see what happens here. Okay, I think we're fine. Said every Sonic run ever. So we got 2 more hits, I think. Alright, I'm right in the center, so we're just gonna wait for the capsule to get closer. Alright, there we go. Then we're gonna crouch to pan the camera down, and then do a little bit of right-left. And Tails is just there out of nowhere. So yeah, we beat the Act 2 boss, but we're still in Act 1. But even though we're gonna see Act 2 show up right here on the title card, we technically did not complete Act 2. So right now, our file select screen is gonna remain on Marble Garden until I finish Carnival Night. If I end up messing up Carnival Night, then I go back to Marble Garden, which is, yeah, something we don't want happening here. And if like the instance for a reset, it'll take us back to Marble Garden. So there we utilized the wheel glitch. So Sonic's head touched the bottom of the wheel, so it gives him this weird property. So we're just going to utilize this for the boss fight here, and we're going to try to take it into Act 2 as well. So we're just going to be right where the score timer rings is, just to kind of look for the spinning top. And we're going to roll onto it, and then utilize a spin dash, take damage here. Just so we can land back on, because we cannot jump right now. If we end up jumping, I'm going to lose the wheel glitch. So we want to carry this wheel glitch without having to jump. There is one exception though, in which how you can jump, and that is by the barrels, because they're considered objects rather than like solid ground. So we can actually jump off of those, but not solid, like not actual ground like this. So alright, so that's Act 1. Then we got Act 2 coming up. Alright, so we jumped off that barrel. Maybe upside down for a little bit. There we go. Spin dash into the ceiling. And then Sonic is off screen. But what we cannot see is there are these little tiny corridors that if we utilize a spin dash, our hitbox gets smaller and we can actually pass through those tiny gaps with no problem. And the bigger thing is we don't have to deal with the Barrel of Doom. And we're at the boss fight right now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. No dealing with the Barrel of Doom. All right, so now we just gotta wait for the score countdown to hit 0. And once it hits 0, we can do the reset here. And that's to do the cutscene skip. So since the score countdown went to 0, the file counter goes up by 1. And now we're in ice cap. We get the jam for a little bit here for about 20 seconds. And then we're gonna be trying to attempt a boss skip in this one. And if we end up successful, then we can go straight to launch base. And that's kind of the similar situation with Marble Garden. So like, we beat the boss in Act 1, like we're gonna stay in Act 1 and then go to launch base, in which the file select is gonna stay on ice cap. So I'm gonna try to focus on this here real quick. Oh no, I screwed it up. I didn't want to go in there. That was not supposed to happen. Okay, anywho. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Is this gonna work now? Oh no, those are broken. Yeah, I gotta take a digital death here. That was not supposed to happen. Okay, at least we got the checkpoint there, so we could try this again. Did not work. Actually, let me reset that. Let me try this again. I don't know why that didn't work there. Should have. Oh, we get to hear more of the jams. I think what happened was, like, since I went into the special stage accidentally, that kind of messed up the game's, like, memory value. So, like, I wasn't able to utilize a slope glitch. Well, let's see. We'll try it again, see if the reset will actually fix that up here. Just go ahead and slide down here. This is another, like, infinitely vertical level as well. I think I did the pause too late. This trick is really tough, so. Trying to skip a boss fight here, but we need to make sure that we get slope glitch correctly and then just kind of navigate through. That should be good. Why is that not working? Okay, I think we can fix this. I have an idea. Let me just go into this corridor here and go back out of it. Let me see if that actually resets the... There we go, okay. That's what I had to do. Okay, now I gotta focus here. Oh, make it up, okay. I think we can still make it. I hasn't. Oh, Sonic, what are you doing, bud? Trying to get him to crouch. Okay, this is actually not good. Okay, I don't think we're gonna get the boss skip here. We could probably try a different strat. Okay, unfortunately, we are going to have to play through the remainder of Ice Cap. Not sure what exactly happened, but... we're actually in Knuckles' area right now. Sonic is not supposed to be here, but... we're just going to get cool colors back here. Yeah, Ice Cap didn't want to play nice there. That's totally fine. At least we got this cool blue aesthetic. Okay, yeah, so this will be a pretty hefty time loss, but that's fine. Hopefully, like, we can get the other strats, though. Oh, nice subpixel. I don't think we're gonna get enough speed to go up here. Nope, that's fine. Stay down here. Nope. Ah! I didn't want to do the instant shield like that. Oh boy. I feel like ever since I messed up Green Hill 2, that pretty much set the tone for this entire run. Also, like, the colors went back to normal. Okay, so let's get up here. Alright, that's fine. Into the boss fight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're finally getting out of Ice Cap. That was pretty unfortunate. We'll take it though. At least now we have launch base, so even if I were to mess up launch base and having to go back to Ice Cap, we don't have to worry about that. So we end up finishing Act 2. Okay, so we're gonna let this bird follow us here. So we get the fire shield. We're actually going to be using this just for taking damage into the elevator. Okay, get a spin dash inside the elevator, which you cannot really do normally. 2, 3, 4. And we got the soft block. Alright, let's try it again. Which is fine because we still have launch base here. So I was trying to count. There's like 5 different frames I'm looking out for. And on the 5th frame, we're supposed to get a level wrap. But since I did pause a little too early, I had to try to go for a jump, but the jump was a little late on that. Yeah, let's try this again here. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Missed it again? Hold on. I had like the proper frame to get the jump, but I didn't get the jump in there. Third time try maybe? Seems to be the theme for this one right now. Right. Okay, there's a birdie. There we go, that's better. Now we got the level wraps. Now we're heading into Knuckles' boss arena. So obviously Sonic is not allowed in there anyway, but... So we gotta keep one of these guys alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, get rid of one of them at the 1 minute mark. So the reason for that is the swinging arm that's going around. So once we gain control of Sonic again, if that arm ends up hitting me, then I'll end up dying. And we'll have to play through Launch Base Act 2 normally, which is about like 2.5 minutes. And also we got Peacock. So yeah, we used this other boss as the Act 2 boss, and as you defeat it, it basically treats it as if you finished the level. So we're pretty much stuck in limbo after this, so we have to reset after the score countdown, and then it's gonna send us into Mushroom Hill. Alright, now we're in the and Knuckles half. Alright, let's see how this door clip goes. Okay. Gonna navigate through here. Alright. Good. Okay, so now this boss is gonna spawn a little lower than usual. And we're gonna try to kill him off before he heads all the way to the right side of the screen. There we go. And then we're just gonna line it up right about here. And mushrooms. So we're technically inside an invisible wall right now. And we're gonna be dropping down a little bit. And we're gonna try to skip 2/3 of Mushroom Hill Act 2. So down we go. 1, 2, 3. That's good. So yeah, normally the Mushroom Hill Act 2 gimmick is season changing, but since we didn't trigger any season changes, it's gonna stay like this. Instead of like the grayish color. Also, I went all the way out that way. Just gotta go up using this thing. I'm gonna try to grab the fire shield here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 2 more hits. 7, 8. And then yeah, that's Mushroom Hill. Burrowing mammal. There we go. Alright, now we're going to be heading into Flying Battery. Okay, wait for the score countdown to hit 0. Do another reset for a cutscene skip. Okay, so for this one, we're just going to go right up to the zip line, pan the camera down, do a spin dash, and pause on the same frame. And we get as intended. It's by design and it's intended. Grab the lightning shield for this. And yeah, we can just walk through walls pretty much while having slow glitch. And we get this really interesting looking sprite here. Alright, and here we have Mr. Tickles. He's just going to be hitting himself a lot. Yeah, there's actually 2 different sprites you can get with as intended. There's like another one where he's like, I don't know, turned a little inward or something like that. Or outward, I suppose. Alright, there we go. Stand on the corner to get slope glitch again. There we go, that's Act 1. So now we have to carry slope glitch for a little bit for Act 2. And we're gonna clip inside the ground and try to take the bottom route for this one. Okay. 1, 2, 3. There is actually a top route strat that you can do as well, but it also has potential to get a soft lock. Just take it through here. So yeah, the background right now, it shows that we're outside, but we're still actually inside the level. We just haven't really gone outside yet. Since I did the glitch there. Okay, let's see if we can get laser skip. So we need to stand at a specific pixel, which is easier said than done, and make sure that the laser is off screen so we can get the object phase here. but it's pretty finicky to get sometimes. I'm trying to do like a 9-tap spin dash. I don't think we're gonna get it here. Nope. Play through it normally. Okay, just get through that. Now I'm just gonna go for the next boss fight that's coming up while we go upwards. Okay, and then there's like a gap in here for no reason. So we're just gonna stand right here for a little bit. Hydrate. It looked like Sonic would have gotten crushed there, but he's totally fine. Alright, so now we have the boss fight here. Oops. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, jump. Alright, there we go. And we should see 4, 5, 6. Yep. Great explosions there. Okay, now we're heading into Sandopolis. See if I can get this here. 2-tap spin dash to go into the sandfall. Flip inside this corner here. Alright, heading into the boss fight. So now we're just waiting for the camera to catch up. And then we're going to be fighting Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson here. Alright, so we're going to stand right here. Well, actually, let me get back into the foreground here. And then we're going to stand right here, because that's where it'll activate the boss. Good old Sando, indeed. Alright, boss has awakened. And now we just gotta wait for him. This is like probably the most underwhelming boss in the game. Normally, I guess the casual way to do it is by like once, you know, the head comes out, you just hit the head and then he'll just get pushed back. But in this case, we're just gonna have to sit here and wait. It's actually faster that way because trying to hit him way slower. So gotta wait for him and just a couple more jumps and then we'll just push him right in. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can get the fire shield here. Okay, we got the fire shield. So there's actually two different strats you can do for Act 2. You can either do the fire shield route or the lightning shield route. It's just minor variances in the loop clip that we're going to try to go for in Sando Act 2. It opened up the door a little bit. Okay, this is also an infinitely vertical level. Gonna utilize the screen wrap here. Alright, so let's do a 3-tap spin dash, and we're gonna do a big jump. And with our momentum, we'll just clip right through. Fortunately, we missed a cycle there, but that's okay. Yeah, let's see if we can get this loop clip here. Almost. Oh. Yeah, this loop clip is a little tricky. Got a little too much speed on that roll. Oh, come on. There we go. Now we just gotta go over this way. Okay, so we're basically skipping the rising sand section, which is like a really slow auto scroller. But now we don't have to see that. I'm just gonna do a screen wrap to clip inside this wall here, utilizing the crusher, and then I'm just gonna go down here. Okay. Jumped a little early there. I probably should have held jump a little longer. There we go. At least these platforms were in cycles, that's pretty good. Okay, we're gonna hear the most epic boss fight, hopefully. Never mind, we're not. I took damage. The epic boss fight was we don't hear anything. Oh, that's fine, we still got him. Okay, that's Sando 2. Alright, so now we're heading into Lava Beef. Okay, there is actually a level wrap you can do as well. Which you'll have to go through Knuckles' area. But the Crusher Strat can be a bit finicky. So now we gotta stand about here, do a full jump, get a clip through that. Gotta navigate through this here. A golem, yeah. Okay, now we're just gonna raise this elevator just for a little bit so we can just clip through that wall. That. There we go. Yeah, Lava Beef. Okay, we're just approaching the boss fight. We're actually going to be losing our fire shield here intentionally. We don't really need this for the time being. Here's the fight. Probably rip bit rate for a little bit. One, two, three. Come up again. 1, 2, 3. Alright, can we get monitor clip? Oh, I almost had it. Dang, that was close. I had the proper setup there to get monitor clip, but we just missed it. So now we have to play through the entirety of Lava Reef Act 2. So instead of having to beat the level in about 30 seconds, we gotta play it for about a minute and a half. But that... oh gosh. Okay, I almost got crushed there. This level's pretty cool too. I mean, it's one of my favorite zones in this game. Or at least for the and Knuckles half. Gotta get through there a little quickly. I'll take the damage for the fire shield. We don't really need it at this moment. Go through here, utilize the insta shield to not get hit by the flame, but we'll take the damage boost here just to get up on that ledge. And go up here. Ah, I just missed that. You can actually go through the gap there. I was just a little late on that. Okay, we're gonna get the lightning shield. So we're not gonna go in the big ring. But we needed that switch there. At least the platform was still down there for me to jump on it. Okay, we're gonna try to go for a stair clip here. There we go. And this is Knuckles' area. Because those those blocks. Sonic cannot break those, so we have to do an object phase to get through it. And now we are in Hidden Palace. Okay. So we got Knuckles coming up on the fight. And if people in the chat can just put in "oh no" in the chat. Oh no. 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 There we go. Alright, so here we have Knuckles jumping up to the altar, playing his air guitar for Dr. Robotnik to have him put down the giant ring pop. But he ends up carrying it away, so Knuckles chases after him, tries to grab the ring pop here. But then Robotnik brings out these tentacle-looking things, electrocuting the echidna, in which we see the skeletal anatomy of an echidna, in which the back of his head is shaped like a butt. The end. And now we're gonna go for some slinkies. One slinky. Two slinky. Okay, we got 3 slinkies. The run is valid. Alright, so now we're getting out of here into Sky Sanctuary. Alright, so we got this zone, then we got Death Egg coming up right after. Hoping we can actually still be underestimated because we lost like 5 minutes in Ice Cap. We'll see what happens here. Okay, so we're just gonna wait here, and then when Knuckles jumps off, we're gonna spin dash. And we should be able to catch the vine here. There we go. So we didn't have to wait for it. Okay, grab the lightning shield. And we have another screen wrap coming up over here. So we're pretty much from the bottom of the level to the top. And we skipped like 2 of the optional boss fights. Well, I call it optional, but they try to treat it as if it's required, but it's really not. Now we're going to be fighting Mecha Sonic here. And this guy is RNG. And he's already dashing. That's bad RNG already. Is he going to dash again? Oh, he's dashing again, but we got him this time. Totally fine. Okay, so now we got one more cutscene skip. And now we're heading into Death Egg, which is the final zone of the game. And we're gonna be going for a pretty tough trick, which can save 30 seconds, but it can lose a lot of time as well if we mess it up. Let's see if we can get it here. Might be set up for it. Okay, we got it. I had to like focus on that because I don't want to mess it up. But yeah, we got the mini zip there. That's pretty good. Alright, now we just gotta hit these buttons to red. There's actually, this is called the Graviton. There is a Graviton skip you can do here, which saves about 7 seconds. But it is another hard trick that you gotta do. And it's like towards the end of the run as well. You gotta go through like all these tough tricks just to get past here. Alright. So we're heading into the boss fight here. We're going to be seeing Red Eye. It's a 2-phase boss fight. Got 5. 6. Alright, cool. I only took 1 hit there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was actually a really good phase 2. Alright, so that's they got Act 1. Alright, so for Act 2, there are conveniently placed spikes, and we're just gonna jump right into them. Because, just like in Hydro City Act 2, we gotta unload Act 1, so we can do the level wrap here. And this level wrap is probably like the hardest level wrap in the game. It's like a 3-frame window, and I need to get the second frames. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Alright, up inside this wall first. So we gotta do this upside down as well. Okay, really weird subpixels here. Let's try this again. Oh, Sonic. Come on, get back down. That's early. You gotta try it again. Actually, maybe we don't need to. Let's see. Actually, yeah, we do. Can I not? There. Take the death here. It's a lot faster to go for the level wrap instead of playing the actual level, because it's like a really long level to get to the boss fight. Let's try this again. Yeah, we need to have the lightning shield for this, otherwise this won't work. Yeah, this is a really hard trick. Go. That's better. So yeah, I needed to see the rings like inside that steel beam there. That's when you know that you got it. Because if it's like below, then it's a frame early. If it's above, then it's a frame late. And here we have Uwu Bull. Don't make fun of his movies, he'll try to fight you. And this boss is really easy, but if you end up missing one of these spike cars, the entire boss fight can just go bad. So yeah, all I gotta do is just spin dash across and oh, see? Now we messed it up. Let's see what happens here. I think we can... No, we actually salvaged this. Oh, did we? Maybe we did salvage it. Wow, we actually salvaged that. Okay. Alright, so we're just gonna do a spin dash. And then you kind of see the screen just shift like that. So the last two blocks at the end there, there's no collision. So we can actually fall off and die. But the reason why we did that is because of phase 2. And if I do this fight correctly, we get to see that. Alright, this is the finger section. You can either get like a... It's really tough to get a 3 cycle in this fight, but you can get a 4 cycle. Alright, so for phase 2, don't blink. I actually blinked, but it's still fine. Alright, so now we got the final phase. Time is going to be on fade out. 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, 2 more hits. Alright, that's going to be a 128, it looks like. 127.59. We are still underestimate. I'll take it. That was a pretty garbage Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but it, you know, that's the way this game goes. These games have run killer after run killer. Very true. But yo, thanks for the GGs, everyone. But yeah, that is the classic Sonic trilogy. We have seen Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles all in succession in just under an hour and a half. So I'll take it. I mean, that was a little scary there with S3K, but no, we'll take it. But yeah, thanks again for the GGs, everyone. And also thanks to the SAEMW crew for having me. We got the finale coming up, so stay tuned for that. And I'll send it back over to the crew to get the other run started. So yeah, thanks again for watching.